Taking a quick stock of how markets looked on Tuesday as well as how Asian markets have opened up this Wednesday morning. The Dow reversed some of Monday's losses and the Nasdaq saw a fifth straight day of gains on Tuesday as earnings aided all three US benchmark indices to go higher. In fact, earnings aided even European indices to grow higher. The Dow gained over 0.5% in trade. The S&P 500 was up around 0.75% in trade on Tuesday, and the Nasdaq also closed just about below the 0.75% higher mark in trade on Tuesday. All three indices very close to their all-time highs now, almost within the 2% of their all-time highs, touching distance there for all three indices. Moving on to Europe. European markets gained as well given the strong earnings season that all global companies are witnessing. The DAX, FTSE and Stock 600 all rose, reversing some of the losses which they had made on Monday. The DAX rose 0.25%, the FTSE was up around 0.1%, and the Stock 600 was up 0.33%. However, the CAC was absolutely flat, up in fact down just 5 basis points in trade on Tuesday. Moving on to Asia, Asian stocks rose primarily aided by technology stocks yesterday, which is on Tuesday. The Nikkei rose around 0.2%. The Shanghai was up also 0.2%. The Hang Seng though stood out 1.5% gain there, largely as I said led by technology. ASX 200 was absolutely flat, in fact with a negative bias, down 8 basis points, and the Kospi was up around 0.75% in trade yesterday. Asian stocks though today morning were all in the green despite the IMF downgrading the growth forecast for the Asian region. The IMF earlier downgraded the growth from 7.6%, which it had forecasted in April, to 6.5% for the year. Global markets obviously aided the Asian indices earlier today to rise. The Nikkei and the ASX were both up over 0.5%. In fact, the Nikkei was up 0.9%, and so was the ASX 200, up 0.9%. The Kospi was up 0.1%. All of these in early trade today, of course. The SGX Nifty futures closed lower yesterday after gaining for 8 straight trading sessions, and is now and in fact closed around 0.33% lower yesterday and was up just above 10 basis points in early trade today, reversing some of those losses which it made yesterday. Moving on to commodities, the London Metal Index fell for a second consecutive day on Tuesday, was with aluminium falling 2%, copper fell 2%, iron ore though gained around 0.5% in trade yesterday. Oil is back to winning ways, up around to the US $83 a barrel mark. Not good news as the energy crunch continues globally. Brent is above the US $85 a barrel mark. However, gold is holding firm in all of this environment at around $1,770 an ounce in early trade today. Mind you, this is despite the dollar index going up earlier today, as well as bond yields going up substantially. So moving on to how bond yields are looking, bond yields are at almost 1.6% plus, in fact 1.661% as we speak. So a healthy bond yield growth since we spoke yesterday, around 90 basis points higher. The dollar index though fell around 0.25% in trade yesterday and is up marginally, just about 1 basis point in early trade today. The Bitcoin though is in focus, has gained 5% in early trade today and is above the US $64,000 mark. That's a roundup from us for today.